Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In my theme of doing stuff other than just software technology and electronic news, I wanted to touch base on something. I got to see the new Superman yesterday, and it's an okay movie. It's mid in my opinion. I do believe Zack Snyder's films were better, but for what it is, it's good. I was a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, so I was going into this movie expecting to have a feel of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You're going to have a lot of music interwoven with the story and this and that and the other. Now, I don't want to bore y'all. The reason I'm making this video is because of some things that James Gunn had said, that Superman was going to be a political story and this and that and the other. I didn't really catch that in the film. Now, I do see the tones that he was trying to say with, going after the Donald Trump or MAGA movement, and I'm not getting political here. I just want to make a few points about the hypocrisy of Hollywood in some situations. Is that the fact that, they said Superman's going super woke, it's an immigrant story, Superman was an immigrant, ICE isn't going to show up and haul him out. That's basically what they were saying. We don't have kindness in the world anymore. We don't have the open arms and the hearts of this to let immigrants come into our country, whether it be the United States or Europe with their influx of immigrants. And I can see where they were coming. Superman was sent here. He's an alien. He's an illegal alien. Obviously, he's a real alien. So, I don't know how that plays there because Superman's always been what I call patriotic, but it's neither here nor there. But I just wanted to make this about the hypocrisy of Hollywood in some cases. Now, if you remember James Gunn's story, a long time ago, he made some tweets that weren't really good. So he ended up getting fired from the Galaxy the Guardians job with Disney. And then when a bunch of backlash came out and all the actors that were in Guardians of the Galaxy swarmed around him and said, don't take what he did 10 years ago and let it affect today, and kind of an apology, and everybody kissed and made up. And then they rehired him to finish the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Now, like I said, I'm a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Love it. It's great. I enjoyed it. It is good for what it is. It's a comic book story. I don't think we need to look too deep into it. When it comes to entertainment, I think sometimes people look too deep into it or think that they're more important than they actually are because they're millionaires and they make movies and they dictate what we're going to watch on the big screen. So then we go on over, and then James Gunn makes the Superman movie and then says it's an immigrant story that came from other places. Yes, it is. He is an immigrant. He came from other places. He came as an alien. And what James Gunn was getting to was that what we've lost in this world is kindness. And I agree. I agree 100% that people nowadays need to be more kind. They just aren't. And I don't know if it's the society we live in or we get so wrapped up in what political side we're on and we're always butting heads, whether it's black or white or blue or red or Democrat or liberal. There doesn't seem to be anything met in the middle. But what I do say in this world and time is right now, there used to be a black and white, which was called the law. You had the white, you had the black. It was either against the law or it wasn't against the law. And nowadays it seems like that there are a lot of people that get away with breaking the law that are living in the gray area. And I do believe we as a world need to have the black and white. There's a good, there's a bad. There's right, there's wrong. There's breaking the law, not breaking the law. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm talking like this. Well, it's because, he says right here, Superman is an immigrant story about basic human kindness. Now, what he is saying here in a nutshell is, I think, pointed because he is from the United States or he lives in the United States, that it's about the immigration policy that the Trump administration has. Like I said, I don't want to get political, but I do believe there are black and white areas in a law. You're either here legally or you're not here legally. Now, can you do the paperwork and come here legally? Sure you can. But what he's doing is he's trying to say, hey guys, look, Superman was an immigrant. We let him in. He did a lot of good. Let's hang with him. Okay? Superman's the man. Why are you going to be picking on it? And when all this stuff blew up about 2 weeks before Superman premiered, it really looked like, Warner Brothers and the DCU that it's now called were kind of putting all hands on deck. And then when they had the premiere and they interviewed him on the red carpet, here's what he had to say.
I think this movie's for everybody. I don't have anything to say to anybody. Like, I'm not here to judge people, I think this is a movie about kindness, and I think that's something everyone can relate to.
Now, what he did there is he dropped the immigrant part and went straight to the kindness, which is a great thing. It's a great thing. We do need to be kinder to each other. We need to be a little bit more forgiving in the world. But at the same time, we do have to have law and order. Even as a child, I had law and order in my home. There was white, there was black, there was right, there was wrong. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because we have short memories. And whether we're the people making the movies or the people watching the movies, we have short memories. I don't listen to somebody that comes out and tells me, hey, this is an immigrant story and this is a story about human kindness, when all we got to do is go back a couple years when his cousins wrote a movie and he produced it called Brightburn. I don't know if any of you have seen it. If you want to see the antithesis to Superman, this is a movie you need to watch. It stars Jackson Dunn. He plays the main character who is like the Superman character. It's got Elizabeth Banks in it, who's wonderful. But it's like the anti-Superman. What it is a story about a kid that crash lands on Earth. These people want to have a child. He crashes on a farm. They raise him. But he wasn't here to save the world. He was an immigrant that had nothing but, I'm going to do this. I'm going to rule this world. And if you get in my way, I'm going to kill you. So what I'm saying is, this is one produced by James Gunn, written by his cousins over here that, right now he's saying this is an immigrant story and we've lost human kindness. But then he made a movie about the antithesis of Superman that was an immigrant story where he started killing people. So my point is why are you getting into this? Why are we even bringing it up? Why don't we just say, hey, I made a great movie. Let's go watch it. Let's not be political about things. That's what I hate. I love music. I love TV shows. I love movies. But please don't bring your political agenda into them. If you got something political to say it. But don't wrap it up in the entertainment that we're trying to watch. And a couple of the lines from the movie Brightburn. I want to do good, Mom. I do. And then take the world. Brightburn figuring out what the alien spaceship was saying to him in his native extraterrestrial dialect. Take the world. And the minute he hears that, anybody that crosses him, he kills him. So he's an immigrant. Superman's an immigrant. And if you want more information on Brightburn, go take a look at it. It's a decent movie. I'm not going to sit here and bash it. It's a good movie. Like it says up here, it was written by Brian and Mark Gunn, who are James Gunn's cousins, and James Gunn produced it. So what I'm saying is, stop with the, standing on your soapbox and trying to tell us through the release of a movie what you want to do. Make your movie. I'll watch it. I'll pay money to go see it like I did yesterday. And then if you've got something else to say it away from that area so I can, sit there and judge myself without it being wrapped up in my entertainment. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, you guys, show me in the comments that I'm wrong. I'm just trying to say there are a lot of things in this world that are wrong. In Superman's case, I watched the movie from beginning to end. It wasn't a woke movie. It was a decent movie. Still like Man of Steel better. The actors did a great job portraying who they portrayed. But it wasn't woke. It wasn't pushing the immigrant scenario. It wasn't political. It wasn't sitting there shoving in my face, if you're MAGA, you suck. Or if you're liberal, you suck. Or I don't know what your comparison is overseas in the European countries. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. I know this is a different type of video, but when I have an opinion or I have something that comes to my mind, I want to share it with you guys. But if I'm wrong, or if you think I'm wrong, I want you to tell me in the comments. Or if you think I can look at it from a different way, please tell me in the comments. You know why? Because this channel is going to be kind. We're going to be friendly, whether we're covering electronics, computers, Linux, Microsoft, movies, music, whatever it may be. I just wanted to venture off into different things as well. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video or liked any of my previous other videos, please like it, throw me a subscribe, and communicate with me in the comments. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.